Yeah.
Fuck love, where that bag at? Show too much of it and ain't get it back. Can't have my feelings in the wrong shit. Fuck love, where that bag at? Show too much of it and ain't get it back. Can't have my feelings in the wrong shit. Got locked up fucking with the wrong niggas. Fuck love, where that bag at? Show too much of it and ain't get it back. Can't have my feelings in the wrong shit. Got locked up fucking with the wrong niggas. Get it back, keep another one coming. Got a nice grind, pocket stay full of them hundreds. Took my heart from bitches, now they got ill feelings. But I'm a ball forever, as long as God willing. Can't stop my shine.
What up, though? OG Kenny, O_G_ Kenny. At Retired from the Streets TV. Another Church Crime Sunday. So, if have any of y'all ever been like traveling to like the mountains? Like any mountains, any range of mountains throughout, I don't care if it's the Appalachians, the Rockies, the Colorados. Have you, any of you guys ever been to any mountain range? Now, if you know about how the landscape of the United States is with some of these historical parks and landmarks, a lot of them are beautiful, man. I mean, I see people that go to like foreign locations, and I get it. You want to get out the country. It might be on your bucket list, but you think about like Missouri, right? For example, the Ozarks. The Ozark Mountains, man, listen, beautiful. I'm talking about sprawling rivers, mountains. In the fall, I guess it is, when you got the orange and the reds and whatnot. It's beautiful, man. I'm talking about cabins. And this is a location that a lot of people that just want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city escape to. They go to where it's like, I'm away from the city. I'm furthest away from the city as I could possibly be. And Ozark seems to be a nice location. As I got to looking over the internet and checking out some of the various pictures and whatnot of the locations, I'm like, whoa, I like Ozark. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Ozark, right? I heard about the Ozarks years ago in passing. Maybe I read a book. Maybe I saw a movie. I don't know. But I remember hearing about the Ozark Mountains. But I never really was too familiar with the actual place. But what I was familiar with was the show Ozark, right? So I started watching Ozark just like everybody else. They just finished up their 4th season. And, you know, I was glued to the screen. This is one of my favorite shows, streaming period. Not just Netflix, but definitely one of my top Netflix shows. And just to watch Jason Bateman, because I've been watching him since way back in the day. A lot of y'all don't remember Jason Bateman from back in the day when he was on the one show. I'll put it up on the screen when I remember it, you know, the name of the show. I don't know if it was Growing Pains. Not Growing Pains, but it was back in those days. Like, so I'm telling my age, which you already know I ain't no young dude. But anyway, the show was lit. You feel me? Got everything I wanted in it. Got some violence. It got some intrigue, some mystery, some whodunit, some money making, right? So a lot of things that I like. Some sex. So yeah, you feel me? It's a good show. So that was my original glimpse into the Ozark and the customs of the show. If you're familiar with the show, so Jason Bateman plays Marty Bird, and one of his partners get killed because he messed over some money for the cartel. And so for him to save himself, he said, "Hey, I can make this right for y'all. I got a location in the Ozark that is great for investing. We can take in front of your money and all this stuff." So he take his family down there, and they go through a whole bunch of stuff with the locals and everything else, and it's a good show, right? So that was my intro to the Ozarks. Unbeknownst to me that I'll be doing a story on Church Crime Sunday about the Ozarks. Now, so we're going to go to Ozark. Actually, Christian County in Ozark, to an actual West Church Street on Ozark, May 28th of this year on a Saturday, right? Now, we got one Matthew Dedman, a pastor, 47 years old. He go down to the area about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and check on his wife, right? To see where she at. Where you at, babe? Right? Like anybody else would do. I know she be down around this time, or I know she there around this time today. I'm about to go slide up on Bay and see what she doing. And he a pastor, so this is Saturday. So he probably want to, hey, let's hang out. I got service tomorrow. Let's do us. Let's get some lunch. I don't know. Let's get a late lunch, early dinner. But at 1 o'clock around that time, he slides down to a square in downtown. They don't even say specifics, but they do say a square in downtown in the 100 block of West Church Street. This is what investigators are saying, right? So he pull up in the 100 block of West Church Street in downtown Ozark in Missouri, May 28th of this year at 1 p.m. looking for his boo thing, his sweet baba, right? So when he get there, he checking for Bay, right? He checking for Bay. He don't see Bay until he see Bay. And guess what Bay doing? She intermingling with the one Joe Newburn. Joe Newburn was 57 years at the time. And this was a few weeks ago. It was 57 years ago. And to Matthew Dedman said, you know what? Enough is enough. And I'm actually going to take you to the clip right now of them playing what they said about Matthew Dedman.
Thanks, Jamie. We have an update on a shooting in Ozark from over the weekend. Investigators say Matthew Dedman shot Joe Newburn for allegedly having an affair with his wife. Dedman was charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in Saturday's shooting in the Ozark Square. Police accused Dedman of shooting Newburn in the chest 3 times, killing him, then placing the gun back in his truck. Police later found that gun.
That's what it was. Matthew Dedman confronted Joe Newburn, 10 years his senior, and that got to be a blow. That got to be a blow because a lot of times women date down in age when they cheat on their man, right? They usually date down a few years or 10 years, but she dated up 10 years. So there had to have been a blow to Matthew Dedman's ego. And he a pastor, so he probably figured I'm doing all the right things. If he was. Maybe she knew something about some of his infidelities, and she said, you know what, I'm sick of his mess. Let me step out and give me some sad beef, right? Let me give me some kielbasa, some murder basa, you feel me, on the side, because I'm not getting what I need at home. Because he too, sometimes women don't want to be made love to. They want to be thrashed. And I'm trying to be as respectful as I can, but that's the reality of it. So you might have been on the pastor tip and wasn't doing what you're supposed to do. Maybe. One thing I know for certain is that he wasn't happy about what he found out about his wife's relationship with Joe Newburn, 10 years his senior. And when he confronted him, like y'all heard, he shot him 3 times in the chest. Point blank range. Put his gun back in his truck and then drove off. But they caught him a short time later, so this was short-lived. Very short-lived, very tragic situation. And it just goes to show you, no matter where you at in life, man, because you see so many celebrities getting killed and dying and going through so much turmoil. Like the veil has been removed from societal perceptions, right? Celebrity, religious, don't mean nothing no more. Not like it used to. It used to be celebrity was held to a certain standard because they were in the public eye, and there's certain things you didn't hear about them. And when you did, it was real scandalous. You like, what? Not so-and-so. Nowadays, it's whole gossip sites that prey on that. They depend on that. They want that. Like, damn, so-and-so going through something. We saw so-and-so out on town with his new thing. Or with some side piece or something. You know what I mean? We saw old girl on the beach with some dude that don't look like her husband. That's what they love to talk about because there's big numbers in it. People flock to it. I click on it sometime being nosy. It's like, what the hell? You feel me? So it ain't like it used to be. People ain't held to a certain standard no more. The celebrity veil has been removed. That religious veil has been removed. Pastors at an all-time high are being murdered, are committing infidelity, are embezzling funds, are running dope, being pimps involved in sexual misconduct cases and whatnot. So, what do we do now? Where are we right now, right? It's about removing the message from the messenger in a case like this. And a lot of the ones I'm going to tell are on Church Crime Sunday because, unfortunately, a lot of these church crimes revolve around pastors. And when I'm researching them and I'm looking them up and I'm trying to give y'all something new to look at and listen to, most of them are about pastors, and it's kind of sad and discouraging. It almost makes you don't want to go to church, right? But that's why I say remove the message from the messenger, because I done got some of my most hardcore and profound information, right, and guidance and insight from people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol. Prostitutes came up to me like, hey, as long as you keep it real, you can't lose, So it's just like certain things like that stick out of my mind. And it's like, man, I understand that you can't look at these people with a pillar no more or put them on a pillar no more. You got to accept them as flawed humans the same way you are and accept the fact they're going to get in some BS the same way you are because they're fighting a war, a spiritual war in a battle every day just like we are. You understand me? So it's sad. It's very sad. This dude, maybe they give him a crime of passion and say, hey, if he got a good lawyer, he might be able to say, hey, he lost his mind when he saw his wife with this dude. He wasn't thinking. It was impulsive. It was crazy, but it wasn't premeditated and all this and all that. Because right now, they charged him with first-degree murder. And y'all already know what that carry. That carry all day. What we call life, that elbow. So I don't know. I pray for Joe Newman's soul. May God be pleased with him. I pray that his family and his surviving loved ones find peace and solace, So it's messed up. But as a pastor's wife, you got a lot of responsibility for that, Miss Dedman, First Lady Dedman. You had a lot of responsibility for your husband's action, because if you weren't happy, if there was something going on, then what you should have did is left him, right? Made it official. And for God's sake, in a town like Ozark, I don't know how big it is, but from my perception of it, it seemed like a pretty tight-knit community and everybody know each other. So how long was you going to sneak around without this man finding out? Man, I thank y'all for turning in to another Church Crime Sunday. Please subscribe if y'all haven't so far. Like the content, share it, get in the comment section. Hit the notification bell by all means, so that when I drop new things, you can check on them and you can click on them if you like them. If they sound interesting. If not, you can bypass them. It's all love. I'm not mad. Maybe your cousin or your friend will like them. Until next time, tomorrow. I'm doing this every day. I'm doing this every day for free. So for free, show me some love. I love y'all, man. Church Crime Sunday. I see y'all tomorrow. OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny, every time from the streets TV. I'm out.